Built for builders, from beginners to pros, this is where great backyards begin. Welcome to the Ultimate Deck Podcast, your source for backyard building tips, product breakdowns, and pro advice from the front lines of the industry. Here are your hosts, Shane Chapman and Wade Laurent.
Welcome back, everybody, to this hot episode of the Ultimate Deck Podcast with Wade and Shane.
Ironic that you say that. I believe that today was the hottest day we've had all summer.
I heard 33. Humidex felt like 40 is what they're saying, which I don't know what that is. 40 is probably 110, felt like, but 33 is probably like, I don't know, 95, 98.
96.
It hasn't been a super hot summer.
I got out of the truck at Chamberlain and went in and got some sunflower seeds because I was falling asleep.
Life hack, by the way.
What a great, I think you told me that. I believe it was your life hack that I've eaten 100 bags of sunflower seeds between Regina and Saskatoon, but it works all the time.
They'll keep you awake.
I got out of my truck, and when I opened the door, I was like, holy smokes, this is hot.
So I knew it was happening today, but I didn't go outside. I was outside this morning.
You should go outside tomorrow. It's supposed to be 35 tomorrow.
Probably didn't go back outside, aside from like a little walk by the warehouse. I didn't like go back outside after I got here this morning. So
yeah.
I never experienced it.
You should go out there.
Yeah. I'm going to be down in Anaheim next week all
FLA?
week. So it's not supposed to even be that hot down there,
LA.
though. Like 28 to 30. What is that? Probably like 85
80
to 90
Yeah.
while we're down there. So hot, but not crazy.
That's good enough.
It is
Let's
good
be
enough.
honest. If you're walking around that place, you don't want it to be 35 or 40.
I'd prefer it to be a little bit less, like 20.
20 would be great.
20s, low 20s or 25 max would be ideal because we can have little kids there and stuff too.
Yeah,
So
71.
yeah, that'd be a nice day. Speaking of hot, fire pits. Would you put one on your deck?
No.
Depends.
A gas one. I'd put a gas
Sure.
one.
There we go. That was the answer. The short answer, yeah, if you want to put fire feature on your deck, absolutely have at her. But probably a natural gas fireplace is the most smart thing to do on top of a deck. Propane as an alternative. But people are usually asking, can they put a wood burning fireplace on a deck? Or they didn't ask. Much like the hot tubs, they just do it and they find out the hard way.
Yeah. My whole deck is burning down.
So
You don't say.
yeah. So there's going to be lots of local regulations as to why you're not allowed to do this, and it's going to change from area to area. So check into that if you're actually seriously considering doing this. But it's just not a smart thing to do to put a wood burning fire pit on your deck. For one, you can't necessarily contain the fire to the pit that it's in. There's things you can do, screens, whatever else, but you can't always stop every little spark and ember that spits out of the fire and ends up on your deck. And unfortunately, if it's anything, if it's wood, it's going to burn. If it's composite, it's going to melt. So it's not smart from that perspective, but it's obviously a fire hazard to begin with.
So I had a great life lesson with the boys last week when we were at Emma Lake. So I had a fire in the, just in the fire pit outside, which was fantastic because when we first got there for the week, it was a fire ban, and that's just the worst. You go camping in a fire ban.
That is the worst. I wouldn't even go.
Well,
that is camping.
I know.
Sitting around the fire.
So anyways, it rained for a few days. So then fire ban came off and was like, okay, so we built fire. And then I had Jake put the fire out, and I was like, go over there, pour water on that fire. And he's like, okay. So he poured water on the fire. We went back inside, and the wind picked up while we were inside. And I looked out, and the fire was full blaze again,
Raging.
like fully going. And so I walked out with Jake, and I was like, life lesson, buddy. Here's how you actually put a fire out. And I was like, if we're going to pour water on it, it's like we'd pour water and stir it and pour water and stir it. Because
pee on it. Obviously, too.
I didn't show him that one. I think he'd stand in the fire. I think you get him too close. Anyways, so to your point is like one of those little embers flies off and lands on the composite. And it's like, if it's windy, you can end up in a lot of trouble. Excuse me. You can end up, because the wind can fan that ember, and all of a sudden it's like now the board is actually on fire. Like it's actually burning.
And they're combustible. A lot of people may be like, well, it's plastic, it'll just melt. It's pretty rare to find a product that has a Class A fire rating on it.
Right.
Which means most of them can ignite.
Yep.
So like it'll melt for a bit and then it starts on fire. There's wood in most composites is what people don't understand too. And plastic can ignite.
Sure.
Like
right.
it doesn't just melt.
It has a different flash point. That's
Right.
all.
So yeah, there's the other thing to consider is like, even if that doesn't happen, if nothing leaves the fire pit, what is the radiant heat or the heat around the edge of the deck? We can tell you firsthand that if you want to heat up a deck board enough to make it change its shape, you only have to get about like some brands barely over 200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Correct.
So like that is, I don't know what a fire burns at, but it's a hell of a lot more than 200 degrees. So just being close enough around it may deform or melt some of your decking around the pit itself.
Yeah.
I know that there's some fire pits out there that have like, or not even just pits, but you can get fire like mats. And I know some people have been brave enough to put a fire mat on the deck and then burn a fire up there. I don't think the mats are meant for that. The mats are meant for the grass. You kind of like putting it over like the stuff that's you don't want to burn your grass, or like it's kind of like heat reflective mats or non-combustible mats.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there to stop the embers.
Right.
Not to prevent the heat from getting to
doesn't mean you just wing it on your deck.
So there are a couple options we haven't talked about or did not talk about yet, but you could do like deck tech tiles.
Yes.
Right. It's a masonry product. It's 16 inch by 16 inch, and it is designed to be able to lay down on your joist spacing, so you don't have to make some significant changes. And that would work great. There are options, right?
Yeah, but you still have to pay attention to the fire code rules around in your areas, because not often, there will be some sort of bylaw around how close it can be to a permanent structure or to a deck that's attached to a permanent structure. Like there will be a rule that says like no open burning fires within 30 feet or 10 meters or whatever it is in your area.
Yep.
So even if you can like safety up the materials in the deck to not be combustible, it probably still can't be.
Yeah.
It's still too close to the house itself.
Yeah.
So this is one that you definitely have to refer to your local bylaws, see what's allowed, whatever. But the general advice from us is like, don't be dumb. Like, don't put a wood burning fireplace on your deck. It's just not a smart idea. It never turns out well.
Yeah.
And there's alternatives you can do that get the same effect without
if you're
doing it.
building an outdoor fireplace on the edge of your deck, that's different than what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
You're talking about a pit that's sitting on the deck.
Yeah. Open fire pit.
So don't do that. But if you want to build a wood burning stove, that's built into a wall,
fireplace,
then do it. That's a fireplace. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Beef up the framing a little bit, put some extra piles in there because you're not going to believe this, but it's just about as heavy as water. And then, it looks great.
Yep. Or like we said, the best answer is natural gas. The second best answer, if you can't or don't want to pay to run natural gas out there, is to just we have a little propane one. Just uses the same tank as the barbecue.
Yep.
And as far as like getting the vibe of sitting around the fire with the family, it serves the purpose.
Have you ever cooked marshmallows on it? The boys do
have.
s'mores on it?
Yep.
There you go.
So here's a funny thing. Somebody recently asked us about some propane burning thing. I don't know where it was.
Oh yeah.
And that question got asked, like, well, can you cook marshmallows on it? Can you cook hot dogs on it? And I never thought about this before, because that's even crossed my mind. Is like, is this a good thing to do?
Your barbecue runs on.
Right. Somebody was like, what is your barbecue? What did your barbecue burn to cook things? And I was like, well, I never thought about that before. But that's like a perfectly logical answer to be like, of course it's fine.
Yeah.
We always did it because I was like, it's fine, but I never had the why.
It's like, okay over there, but over here, that's a no-go.
Right.
Yeah.
So of course it's okay.
I like to have the metal grills that have all the carcinogenics in between.
Yes,
the flame.
and
that's what I want.
The lid to hold the fumes around the food better. But the idea of adding fire space to your deck, I think, is a great one. Like,
it's really good.
It's just such a social. Like, humans are like moths. We like the light. We like the flame. It's just we like the vibe of it. It's very cool. There's alternatives out there too that you don't even like. Electric faux fire pits. They're not blowing fire. They're blowing like, some of them are just like lights and like mist or like steam or smoke or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Others are like fabric that wave, whatever. Like, if you're just looking for the vibe and the ambiance of the light of a fire, I suppose those could work as well.
But real fire is the answer.
Yeah.
Any type.
I'd much prefer that. Yes.
I did that. Where was it, Emma, last week? It was like 2:00 in the morning or whatever, just sitting by myself by the fire, just staring. No, not like doing nothing, not cooking anything, not reading, not thinking, just
Yeah, just zoned out, staring into the light.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's because the fire flickers at the same speed that your neurons fire in your brain.
Is that a true thing?
That's a true thing that
That's why
I
it
heard.
mesmerizes you?
Yeah. That's why it's comforting.
Okay.
Add the fire.
Add the fire. Just do it safely. Till next week.